Yo, hey guys doing? Hope you're good. Um, I brief 5-minute video. This weekend I went to my brother's wedding. Beautiful ceremony. It wasn't a wedding, but rather the celebration of the union between him and our new sister-in-law. Um, and it got me thinking about finding the person, the right person for you, and how I myself haven't had the fortune of experiencing that for all my life. I've never really loved anyone, never really been loved. I don't think I've ever really experienced love from anyone except for my family and my friends. Um, it has caused a lot of personal issues with how I look at relationships, how I look at myself, self-esteem wise, self-confidence wise, self-achievement wise. You gotta think of these things as a man and be like, am I really am I really am I really doing the best I can to attract these things in life, or am I just waiting for the proverbial Jesus to come back? Am I taking life by the horns? Am I grabbing life by the horns and taking action, or am I just moving aimlessly through the mesh? You know what I mean? I love myself, right? Or rather, I try to keep a strong connection with myself. I try to keep a positive outlook on my life. Um, Even though circumstances may arise where I find myself beating myself up, I try to remain positive and conscious of my own abilities and forthcomings and shortcomings also. But love is there. I would like to think that I have a very strong acceptance of who I am, even though sometimes, like, without um, having experienced love, without having experienced a relationship, those those little reminders and validations are not there. Those little um, what's that? Confirmations of your existence and your worth are not there, and it does bring a person down. It does bring me down sometimes. I'll be like, am I worthy of being loved? You feel me? Yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah, let me gloss over that with this. So I've been working. Okay, I've been working, but I've been doing some introspection and investigation towards my astrological charts. The interest was reignited by a video I saw, I think, a month back, which was not astrology based, or like the video did not speak on astrology, but it touched on it because it was in the scope of like the information that was being shared. And like I'm moving into my moon cycle, and my moon's in Taurus, and I've just discovered that. So navigating I'm navigating how these I'm navigating how these things work, and how much of an impact they do have in my psychology, in my subconscious, in my conscious, in my everyday living, in my wake and sleep states. So with that in mind, I've decided to go sober. I've decided to stop smoking weed and cigarettes and drinking alcohol. Basically, I decided to stop any um what's that any intoxication of my mind and my body and my spirit, because I didn't understand it, but after I did the astrological chart thing, I realized that um it made it made sense. It makes sense because after like my star after my sun cycle, right? Which is like from my birthday till November, till like this weekend actually, yeah. No, till yesterday, Monday, yeah. The third. Um Once I end the moment from that time I start being very emotional. Like I have a strong my I always see it back before I even understood, before I actually looked up astrological charts and whatnot. I I would notice myself with like after my birthday, a few months after my birthday, I start being very emotional. I start being very moody. I start feeling a very strong sense of loss and like I'm very, you know what I'm saying, I'm very emotional during that time. And I didn't understand that. I just thought that like I was just going through emotions, you know what I mean. But like since I did my little 2 minute research, I realized that I really have to be very careful of myself. I have to take myself with caution and um really be self aware of the the prevailing changes in mood and in energy and in the constant flux of energy and emotion that I exhibit throughout, like during this cycle, because I'm a very emotional person, right? I try to be as in touch with my feminine side as I can. um my masculine side, yeah, my masculine side is, it's there, it's constant. I try to be in touch with my feminine side so I can have an understanding of who I am, because I want to minimize the conflict, the inner conflict that I have during these times where I enter my moon cycle, and I become very controlled by the lunar cycle and whatnot, and I'm very emotional around these times. Hence, I decided to stop smoking and deal with these turmoils by being sober. Because even last year I decided to be sober, and like I was sober from February 17th of February. No, cap. I'm lying. I forgot. But yeah, February till, I know it was like 5 months. I was sober for 5 months, so it was April. Yeah, from April till September, I was sober. Like I did nothing. I did not smoke. I did not drink. I did not do anything. I did not watch any porn. I did not like. I was just clean. I cleaned my brain out. I just, and then, you know, came September. Came September, and in the dying. in the dying days of the last, I think it's Venus. In my Venus cycle, I think that's the last cycle. If I'm not sure, or Saturn. I think it's Saturn. Yeah, because it's Saturn then Sun. Yeah, in the Saturn cycle, I think Venus is the fifth cycle. The seventh cycle, Saturn. I real from the little excerpts that I went through, realized that during the cycle of Saturn, which is the last 52 days before your birthday, um, you shouldn't put a lot of expectations or a lot of you shouldn't put a lot of plans. You shouldn't do a lot of stuff. You shouldn't put a lot of mental strain on yourself during that time, because a lot of things you can do around that time will most likely fail. I did not know that, and then it made sense last year during. I wanted to figure out like why. I was so surprised, like why is it that when I'm close to my birthday, that's when I capitulated, right? I wanted to figure out all of that mess, and then I figured it out. No, no, I just didn't understand that the cycles through life. I've always had you know, outside looking in, like a very hypothesized, philosophized viewpoint on like cycles and um, variations in the stars and your body, because the alignment between us and the galaxies and the cosmos and whatever, the cosmology of life and everything. I always theorized a few things, but in the past few excuse me, in the past few days I've been excuse me, sorry. In the past few months or so, I've been after my little whatever research, it opened a few things about me that I kind of understood. Oh, that's right. 1, 2, 3 is right. This and this does happen. After my birthday, I do after a month after my birthday, or a month or so, I do go through this emotional stage, and I never understood it, how like during November and December I get very depressed. Like literally, it's been happening for so long that like I know that from November till December I get very depressed. I get very emotional, and without regulating my emotions, um, it's a cause for 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 damage. It's a cause for destruction. Hence why right now I'm think me going sober is the right idea to take. It's the right outlook on life to pursue, and I don't know. I'm clutching at straws, but at the same time, I know that what I'm speaking has valid reasons. I'm sorry, guys. I think I'm coming down with something. Uh, but yeah, it's a little update of my life. I've been sober for a minute. Damn, what a lie. I'm going sober yesterday, from today entirely. Yesterday, I only smoked cigarettes. Yeah. So like from today, I I'm gonna make the attempt to finally go sober, and I will be checking on myself every week, uh, giving you guys an update of what's happening and the changes that's happening, what I'm seeing, what I'm not seeing, the little nuances, the little um, developments, yeah, and all that. So until next week, actually. Yeah. Peace. What?